Hello big adventurers, welcome to the exciting video from southern Norway. Today we're gonna be hiking to Bondhusvatnet Lake and Glacier at Fondafonna National Park. Let's get started! Alright, and here we arrived at this parking near the village of Sundal that's located by the fjord, about 28 kilometers away from Yondal town after you cross the Yondal tunnel. There we want to hike to Bondhusvatnet Lake. That should be about 2 kilometers straight through this valley. After that it's another 2 kilometers to the glacier, but we're not sure if we're gonna have time for all that. Fondafonna National Park. Fondafonna is the third largest glacier in Norway and its ice mantle covers an area of 168 square kilometers. The area around the glacier is world famous for its dramatic and beautiful scenery, and several of the valleys achieve the maximum score when evaluated in terms of experiencing the landscape. The varied scenery around the river systems is particularly important, and Fondafonna, one of the places in Norway with most precipitation, ensures that there is always plenty of water in the rivers. Fondafonna has an unusual, interesting and varied bedrock geology. The glacier, the landscape formation and its geology represent the most important conservation values in the area. Fondafonna is the only national park in Norway which extends all the way from a fjord up to a glacier. Rewarding experiences and outdoor pursuits. In the national park there are old highways and byways and summer pasture roads that have been in use for centuries. Engaging in outdoor pursuits on or near the glacier can prove demanding, but at the same time a very challenging and highly rewarding experience. The glacier has many deep crevices and it's advisable to contact local authorized glacier guides. Fondafonna is famous for the fantastic skiing it offers in the springtime, but it is possible to go skiing there all year round. And here we got to the crossroads, so on the left across the bridge probably follows up the hills to the Fonabu hill, which is 1450 meters high. From the parking lot there is a quality gravel road Isvegen to Lake Bondhusvatnet, 190 meters above sea level. The road was built in 1863 to transport ice from Bondhusbrand Glacier down to the fjord for export. It has later been maintained as an unusually beautiful tourist attraction. There is a path farther along the lake and up to the Vetlendalen Valley, 320 meters above sea level, where you will be closer to the Bondhusbrand Glacier. The Bondhusbrand Glacier is often mentioned as the best site for glacier climbing in the country. But the Bondhusdalen Valley is central in the Fondafonna National Park, and it is not a coincidence that this was the location where the national park was opened on May 14, 2005 by Queen Sonja. You can see her signature on a rock by Lake Bondhusvatnet. Just when we wanted to have lunch, it started raining a little bit. Conveniently, there was this big rock just by the lake, making a cave here, so you're not getting wet. It was perfect place to have lunch and hide from rain as well. Okay, now we are having even more rain here, but we are covered still here in the cave. We're having lunch. And Sanya is having some rice with a vegan stir fry, and I'm having some baked potatoes. So as you can see, we always bring our cooked food, so there's no excuse not to be healthy and vegan when hiking. It's about 3 o'clock 5 minutes and it stopped raining. We got a view again and we have about 2-point-something kilometers to the glacier, which I think is that thing over there. Let me show you. So that should have been a glacier over there, but as you can see it's just a bare rock, but hopefully we're gonna see it as we go more around the lake. And over here on the top you can see the real glacier. I didn't expect it would be so high. I guess it melted quite a lot over the years. The maps that we have, it shows that it's going much lower, so I don't think we can get all the way up to it. The first cargo of ice from the Bondhus Glacier was exported in 1822 when there was no road and people had to carry the ice on their backs. The glacier fall at the time came almost down to the shore of the lake. See how much this glacier retracted, especially in the last 100 years with the global warming. This rate of melting, the next generation won't be able to see this glacier at all. Alright, and here we arrived at the end of the lake where we're crossing this bridge over this river that's coming into the lake from the right side. Here in the distance you can see the other side of the lake where we had lunch about half an hour ago. Okay, it's 4 o'clock and we're going through this little path along the lake, but it's pretty challenging. All these rocks are slippery, and this glacier path starts somewhere here. Seems like they peeled these trees. You can see that. And then they're marking the route like that. And at this point the path is basically following through this little stream, so we're getting our shoes wet quite a lot. But it seems like we don't have far to the glacier. It should be just somewhere around the corner over here. And here we got to a place that should have been a best viewpoint of the glacier, but even though there are clouds, you can't see any glacier above it. It must have retracted a lot in like last 10 years especially. There is even a sign here that says danger, don't go close to glacier because it's moving and other things, and take a guide if you wanna go explore. Which means it was not so long ago when this glacier was just near here. I also have it on my map. The reason for such a fast melting is increased global warming, which is mainly caused by animal agriculture. Alright, and here we got to this open flat space without trees, where probably glacier was still 10 years ago. But now there are just bare rocks and some streams coming down. So from here I'm not able to see the glacier at all, but I'm thinking if I fly a drone high enough I would be able to see something. So let's fly a drone. Alright, so at this point I'm about 200 meters above the ground and you can see more of the glacier right now. And I think 200 meters was also set as a limit on the drone, and I think it's also a law in Norway, you can't fly higher than that. Which is a shame. I think I will be able to see the glacier much better if I was flying a little bit higher. So now I'm just flying a little bit more on the right to reveal the glacier even more. The connection is also very weak. I'm losing the image because of the clouds that are coming up. And I don't want to risk with this new drone, so from here I'm just gonna go down. Okay, it's 5 o'clock and we just flown a drone almost 200 meters up and we saw a little bit of glacier. So I should have flown that way first, but you know, I lost a drone just a few weeks, like a week ago or something, and I'm really scared to, you know, lose it again. So I just flown straight up and was going a little bit there, and the transmission was already losing the signal. So I'm really careful, and maybe I would get better footage, but I'm still scared. So I just fill my bottles with this water. It's the water from the glacier, and they're literally selling it for like quite a lot of money in plastic bottles. Crazy shit. So 100 years ago this glacier was going all the way here, all the way up to the lake down there, and they're taking ice from here. So it must have been epic to see that. Maybe you can look online at some photos and post it here how it looked. You can see the global warming totally destroyed it. And here we are getting up on this rock to get some better view of the lake, and maybe we're gonna also fly a drone here. So at this point I wanted to fly more towards the lake, but it started raining more, so I quickly came back because drones can't handle the rain. So I just flown a drone here, but it started raining and it's foggy now. Such a bad luck today. Alright, and here we got back down to the end of the lake, and it seems like a perfect place for flying a drone as we have a little bit more battery left. Let's try to take some epic footage of the lake.
Down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah. No friends of mine around, yeah. Now I'm thinking might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I wanna drown myself inside the juice. Yeah, you know I keep on running from the truth. Was that not? I'm just a lonely fucking you. Now when I drive around, don't feel it all.
From this view you can clearly see how the glacier was going all the way here to the lake and brought all these sediments here.
Just waste away, don't know what life about. Another day go by, don't know what got me down. June blues, yeah, I got the June blues, yeah. Walk down like who you, yeah. There's something you get used to, yeah. Go back to June blues, yeah. It's just the June blues, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to. Breaking news got me breaking. I was present, hopeless, praying. Struck down at 20, plenty left to put behind you. You ain't peaked, devil's speaking, now they speaking about you, leave it alone. Hope you grinning while you watch your bros on some soulful sunny shit.
So I think about 100 years ago, all this was a glacier, and it pushed all the sediments here. Oh.
Ain't too young. Why you gotta go? Why you gotta go? I just wanna know now. True now. Cry and get no, hope you free your soul, I might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I wanna drown myself inside the juice. Yeah, you know I keep on running from the truth. Was that not? I'm just a lonely fucking you. Now when I drive around, don't feel it all. Why it's getting colder when the sun come out? Might just waste away, don't know.
Just before the bridge that's crossing through the river, there is another path going up. So maybe they made another path that's going to another viewpoint of the glacier, because the one where we've been now, you can't even see the glacier anymore. There is not any signs or markings where it's going, which is quite typical for Norway. So I'm not sure if it's a business for some tourist guides where they take people to that viewpoint, or they're just too lazy to mark it. Anyway, for those of you who are watching this, don't bother going the way where we went, because you can't see any glacier there. From the bridge, the path is more flat and also bigger, so we can go much faster, even though it's getting darker. Now we again got a better view of the glacier, and I think if we come back here in a few years, the glacier will melt so much we'll only be able to see the very top of the glacier. It's such a shame that you can see the glacier much better from here, from the distance, than right there under the glacier where we've been about an hour ago. Okay, it's 6:30 and we are at the end of the lake. We just had lunch under here. And now we're thinking whether to fly drone, but it's still kind of raining. So I'm not sure if we should wait or we'll see. Here you can see the pictures. This is how they're taking ice from here. It was all the way down at the lake. Insane. And then you can see over here is a picture from 1880. So the glacier was all the way there, all the way down there. And then picture from 1900, pretty much the same. So still no industrialization. 1907, the same. And then you go to 1997. You can see it retrieved all the way back here. See, it was 1997 was all the way there. And then 2004, even more to this ridge line. So you could still see it from down there where we were today. So it retrieved all the way there somewhere. And now, who knows, it's all the way up somewhere. Crazy.
I started being me and you. I guess it wasn't true.
Okay, so now we're leaving the lake. I was hoping we can fly the drone one more time, but the battery was around 30% and it didn't want to take off. Now we're gonna try to go faster these last 2 kilometers to make it back to the car before darkness.
Me and you. Baby, still call me at the end of the day, and then you have nothing else to say. Why do you want me?
It's 7 o'clock 2 minutes and we have 1 more kilometer. We're running to make it faster. Alright, vegan adventures, that's it for today. We are almost back at the car and I hope you enjoy watching this amazing adventure from Fondafonna National Park, hiking around Bondhusvatnet Lake and seeing a little bit of the Bondhus brand Glacier, even though we thought we're gonna see much more of it. Today we have about 20 more kilometers to the town of Oda, where we're gonna do more adventures for the next week, so definitely stay tuned for those. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and as always, stay healthy.
Stay adventurous.
If I only knew